Hi everyone, today I'm going to show you how to make these Helix bows. So this is going to be the Helix bow standard and we're going to refer to this one as the twisted Helix. Basically it's the same technique, only we just fold things in a slightly different way to get the different results, and I've also done it in the 1.5 inch ribbon. As you can see, they are much smaller than their 3-inch versions. So I'm going to put these out of the way. And it is 3-inch ribbon. And what I have done here, just to get things started so you're not bored watching me, is it's 72 centimetres, and I have folded that in half. And what we want to do, for the standard Helix, we want to pin in at 7.5 centimetres. And you can do this from either side. You could work from the left or the right, as long as both of your pieces are pinned in from the same side at 7.5 centimetres. Okay, so I'm just going to put the twisted versions up out of the way. So like I said, whichever way is your natural hand is the way that I'd do it, but like I said, as you can see on the twisted versions, I'll just show you, you can do it from right or left, and again you get completely different versions depending on which side you start. So like I said, you can completely play around with this bow and make so many different versions just from learning the one technique. So to make the twisted version, this is what you want. You want both pieces from the same side. And we're doing the same technique on both. So from where your pin is, you want to make a straight triangle down like this. And what I like to do on the crease, just to get it nice and sharp, I heat seal that. And just so you know, when I folded my piece of original ribbon in half, I also heat creased that edge, so it's nice. You could, if you wanted to do 2 colours, you could just do 2 times 36 and heat seal the edge together, but like I said, I just find this a bit easier in the one colour. So crease that edge with our heat seal, and then we fold that over so that this corner hits that flat edge where we have our original crease from. I'm just going to take a clip to act as the second pair of hands, and then we fold this bit. So from there, triangle down, triangle across, line it up with that crease, clip. So you've got this long piece, and we're going to fold that behind, and I'll just move that clip so all of that's tucked nicely behind here. And we're going to do exactly the same to this piece, and then I'll show you the next step. So again, triangle it down, use your lighter to get a nice sharp crease. There we go. Fold that across, line up that corner with that edge, and clip. And then fold behind your ribbon, lining up all your edges, like so. So you've got both of those pieces. They look exactly the same, like so, both in the same direction, both folds in the same way, pins in the same direction, etc. So we've now got these 2 bits, and just so you know, I also heat sealed all my edges. So from this bit, this is a bit where it gets trickier. We want to curve this so it gets turned. So from here, you turn so you have like a triangle again. You want to tuck that slightly underneath your triangle pocket that we've got here. And to get your pieces in place, I measure roughly 2 centimetres. You could do less, you could do more, depends on where you like them to fall. So that one's 2 centimetres, and I'm just going to get another clip. And I'm just going to clip that into place there. And then we're going to take this, and again, you sort of triangle it. So take it from straight and turn it so it comes over. And again, slightly put it underneath that pocket. There's our line again. And want to do the same 2 centimetres. There we go. So 2 centimetres, and again another little clippy. To hold that in place, and that's what it looks like at the moment. And again, exactly the same thing with this side. Take it, and you want to curve it. So from here, using that as the guide, curve it into that pocket. Check you've got 2 centimetres distance there. Take a little clip that in place. Take this one, curve it again. Check that it's 2 centimetres difference. If you're happy with that, clip that in place. As you can see, I've got a little bit of a fray there, so I'm just going to heat seal that with the lighter. And then the other thing that I like to do is I like to take my 2 pieces and make sure that they're both the same size. So as you can see, they both look exactly the same. They're both from the same sides, but when we put them together, the corners are going to be here and here rather than both on the same side. So that's how you make the twisted version. I'm going to put these to one side and we'll sew them all together in a minute once we've done the other version. So this will be this version, and again it's a cute one because you could potentially wear it this way up, or you can wear it that way. So again, it's fun, like I said, the fact that you can do both versions. So like I said, looks a little bit like spiky ears this way, but like I said, it's all about personal preferences. So on this one, again, we've folded our 72 centimetres in half and creased our centres to make that nice and sharp. We've done the same with this one. Folded it in half, nice sharp crease, 7.5 centimetres in, same as the other version. But we've done 1 pin from the left and 1 pin from the right. Okay, so we do exactly the same thing. Triangle down on this one from there, and again do your nice heat crease so your triangle's nice and sharp, and then fold that across so that your point is dead center. With there. So just clip that for now, and then we bring that piece behind. Make sure all the edges are nicely lined up and re-clip, and we'll leave that one for now. Now again, we've just triangled down that side. On this one, we'll just make this a little bit more straight. Okay. So again, we want to triangle down this direction. So opposite to what we did before. Before it was coming from that, turned over that way. Heat crease our edge again, nice and sharp. Okay. And then we bring that triangle over, line it up with that edge, clip, and then we bring all of our ribbon behind, make sure all of our edges line up and re-clip there. And as you can see, you've got your corner this side and your corner this side. So as you can see, this is where they're going to be facing in opposite directions. And then we repeat exactly the same principles as what we've just done before. So we take this and we curve it underneath that pocket again, 2 centimetres. There we go, that's better. Take our little clip, again, curve it over, work out 2 centimetres. If you're happy, clip. There's side one, and then this one. Again, curve round, so from here, curve round, tuck it into that little pocket, still 2 centimetres from there we go, clip, take this side, again curve it over, so from there, curve, work out your 2 centimetres. Once you're happy, clip there, and again take your 2 pieces and just make sure that both your edges are the same width. And again, I can see a little bit of fraying on that side, so I'm just going to take care of that in the blue clear bit of my flame before we go. So we've got that version. We've got the twisted version, so that's the pockets here, and this version is the twisted with the pockets either side. So there we go. We'll do twisted first, and I've got my Gutermann extra strong double thread and my longer needle. And what I like to do with these is I like to start from the triangle corner here, from above, in, and I like to do at least 12 stitches. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Make sure all your edges are still even. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. And this will give us 6 creases in total. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. If you get any fraying, just give it a little heat seal before you pull your thread through. So that's one side. And when we start our turn again, we again want to be going through the triangle point on this side from the beginning. So from above, through your triangle and all of those layers. 1, 2, and again we want to do 12 stitches. 3, careful of that. 4, 5, I missed that pocket. I'm just going to repin that. That's better. Just put that clip in place while I get everything in order. We want to make sure that when we go in, we want to be going through that triangle and through all those layers. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. There we go. I'll show you both sides. Spread them out so they're nice and even for you. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. And as you can see, the stitches are pretty much even both sides. And if you turn them over, you should have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 stitches on both sides. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And that's how you know your sides are both going to be even. Once you're happy with everything, you can cinch them really tight, and then what I like to do is get your creases all lined up on one side, take your needle from the other side and just go back through your original sew points, and I go around once on that side and I do exactly the same on this side, reline up your 6 creases, and go back through practically on your original stitch. Pull that nice and tight, then I pull my thread behind, and from beneath I'm just going to do a cinch stitch over the middle, a couple of times just to pull that centre together. And again, keep it really close to the centre so that we've not got any stitch marks to hide. There we go. And then the other thing I do is I just do a couple of back stitches just to stitch it off underneath. There we go. Get that really nice and tight, and then cut your excess thread off. You can now take your 2 start pins off, and as you can see, you've got your nice twisted version of the Helix bow. So we'll add the clips and everything in a minute. We'll do the stitching on the other version first. And again, you want to do exactly the same. You want to do at least 10 to 12 stitches. As long as you keep it even, you could do either. But the more balanced your stitches and even your stitches are, the better results you'll tend to get. So again, take your 2 pieces. This is the shape we're going to have. So on this one, before we came in on the triangles, on this one we're going to start at the edge and we're going to come out at that edge. So we start at the edge, end at the triangle, start at the triangle, finish at the edge. Okay, so again, from above, from that first start point here, 12 stitches. Five. Make sure you're capturing all of your layers when you do this as well, and all your edges are still even. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, and your 12th stitch should be coming up from above, so from beneath here, through all your layers, up through that triangle on this side. And I've got a bit of fray in there, so I'm just going to quickly take care of that. And just there, in the blue clear bit of the flame. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Okay. And then we're going to start through the triangle this side. So maybe clip out the way. Make sure everything's in place and you can go through all your layers, so through that triangle. Almost missed it. So through the triangle, through all of those layers. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. There you go, 6 creases in total. And as you can see, the pockets are both on this side. And we've got the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, and we'll have 6 stitches on each side on the back. So again, take your thread, pull those cinches nice and tight, twist your creases round so that they're all lined up again, and take your thread and go back through your creases there. And again, line them up the opposite side and round again. Just so you know, if you don't like the cinch method that I use, you can make all pieces in them in 2 pieces and then either stitch them together or glue them together, whichever you personally prefer. This is just the technique that I like best myself. And again, just doing a couple of anchor stitches over the centre, just for a little bit extra security, and then do a stitch or 2 in the back just to stitch things off and get that bow nice and tight so it's not going to come apart. I'm running out of thread, so could have done with starting this one a little bit longer, but that's my own problem. There we go. So cut that excess off, and then we can take our pins out of these ones. And as you can see, you've got your 2 different looks. I've got some 9mm to finish the centres, and I've also got some matching 1-inch ribbon to do the scrunch middles. So I'm just going to cut about 3 inches for the scrunches. We'll do those in a second. And I'm using 60mm or 5.5cm clips, so 55mm clips. Actually, 6 centimeters. That's better. I knew that one shorter. I'm using the 60mm 6cm clips because obviously these are big bows, so they need a little bit more balance on the back. Let's turn those both over. And just so you know, this technique works with any of these bows where you've got the pins starting on one side or the other. You can turn them all and have them so that they're both like this or both twisted. So like I said, it's a fun way to play around and make completely new, unique shapes. So if you've got a version of a bow that's like this, you could do the version from both sides and have a new look and completely style your own bows. So it's quite a fun, unique way to try new things. So I'm going to wrap our centre for a second and then wrap round at least twice. Just line up your creases if they're playing up. That's what I do to make sure my centre ribbon's nicely covering. Open your clip back up and wrap round again. Cut that excess off. Heat seal our end. There's that one. And I'll just adjust everything nicely. Like so. There we go. So there's our standard helix bow. Open the clip up on our twisted version. There we go. Round, round, open the clip up, round again, right over the original. Cut off that excess. Heat seal. A little bit of glue. And glue that down. And there you go. There is your twisted helix version. And if you wanted to do, you could do a scrunch middle. So what I do is I do an S shape to the right. Might be the left, I'm never very good at telling the difference. And then you want to do a shape in the opposite direction. Like this. And again, heat seal that and pinch it. Be careful of your fingers. There we go. So what you have is a dip this side and a dip that side. glue one of the flat sides. There we go. Open up your clip. And then we twist that over and then glue the flat side again. There we go. You can get a nice scrunch middle. So you've got alternative options. You can, like I said, make that nice and squared, depending on how tidy you're able to get your creases. And again, if you want to, you can sort of make your edges triangled off like this. And what I do is very lightly in the blue bit of the flame, you can sort of make them more sharp, your edges more sharp, depending on what look you personally prefer. But like I said, you can play around with it and get two completely different looks. So the helix bow and the twisted helix. Thanks for watching. Hopefully find this useful. Bye.